So, are you ready to make the next 6 months your best 6 months, regardless of the pandemic and other world situations? Why not you, and why not now? Welcome to the Street Smart Wealth Experience, the show that empowers you to create the business and lifestyle of your dreams and live a fulfilled, happy, and wealthy life in every sense of the word. I'm your host, Jackie Almer, and I'm thrilled that you're here. You can learn more about me at streetsmartwealth.com. So, Wealth Warriors, what is up? It is great to be here with you today as we are just beginning the second half of the year that so many of us were looking forward to, and that is 2020. What happened? Well, we know what happened and what's been happening, and we got to keep pushing forward regardless, right? So it's my hope that this finds you and yours healthy, happy, and ready to thrive moving forward. Let's dive into how to make the next 6 months your best 6 months. So we know that the first 6 months has been absolutely crazy, and I think you'd probably agree with that. Globally, we've experienced things we would have never guessed. And while we have no control over much of what's happened, we do have control over our thoughts, our mindset, and the actions we take. So for me, my question when all this started to myself has been, how will I choose to show up as a leader? How will I maintain my focus, my service to others, and maintain my business through all of this while assisting my tribe and my clients in growing and thriving in their business? Well, you know me, you've probably heard me say this before. I stay pretty focused on my 5 favorite F words, my 5 buckets, my 5 values. And that is faith. And this has meant for me over the last 3.5 months, deep diving in on my mindset, my thought work, and my beliefs that I have around life, my ability to control what I can control, my thoughts about myself, and my belief in myself. Then my second F, my family and friends, and that's being fully present. So making the conscious decision to be fully present, weighing in on what matters, and honestly, how I want to spend the precious time that I have left on this earth. And I hope that you're dialed in on that too. Third F, fun. Okay, I'm not going to lie here. This one may have been and continues to be slightly challenging, is there's literally nothing to do, nowhere to go. My husband and I wake up every morning, we look at each other and say, wow, what are we going to do today? I'm not a big TV fan, so I don't like to spend a lot of time doing that. In the very beginning, probably back in, April, we binge watched a few things on Netflix, and I did that for about 2 weeks until I felt like I was going to explode and couldn't do that anymore. I don't like watching the news, and there's nowhere that I really want to go, and there's nowhere really to go. So it's kind of been interesting in the fun area. So I've been challenged with creating fun in my life here at home. You may have been too. My fourth F is fitness. And I'm going to tell you, that's where I found a lot of my fun. I have been all in the fitness area. I've been eating extremely well. I've had a great time planning out meals and recipes and healthy living and a lot of keto and good stuff. Hit me up over on the Facebook group. Just go to streetsmartwealthschool.com. That'll take you into my Facebook group. Ask me any questions. I'm happy to share recipes and all kinds of stuff there. I'm also, as I'm recording this, I'm on day 26 of a 30-day alcohol-free challenge, and that has been fantastic, much easier than I thought it would be. So if you have any questions on that, would love to answer those as well. And then I'm rocking my 10,000 daily steps and my daily weight workouts and yoga. I'm here to tell you I've stayed lean and mean. And then finally, finance. That's my 5th favorite F word, my 5th bucket, finance. And I'm here to tell you my business is thriving. The Street Smart Wealth Academy has exciting growth and new clients rocking it out there. And I'm excited about the new content that I'm adding in there on a regular basis. Those new clients were really rocking out their businesses as we work together to put the key pieces in place that's going to help them thrive and be successful. And again, we go through all of this regularly in the Facebook group. So if you're not part of it, just go to streetsmartwealthschool.com, or you can search Street Smart Wealth School over on Facebook. So, how do we go from the muck and mess that many feel has been the first half of 2020? And how do we make the second half our best 6 months ever? We can't change what's happened, but we can choose to place blame if that's what we want. And blame is really about determining who's at fault. And who really knows what the answer is to that? We've had a pandemic, we've had a lot of health challenges, a lot of issues out there. We've had protests and riots and a lot of craziness going on. And we can dwell on placing blame, and that's fine, but you want to make sure that you stay out of victim mode. How you choose to grow, recover, and succeed is your responsibility. So if you want to place blame, feel free to do that. But then you got to kind of suck it up and figure out what's your responsibility and how you're going to move forward. The beauty is this: there is a very simple method to get out of stuck and into growth and success mode. So let's create the circumstances that lead us to what we want in our lives. You've heard me say this before. Life is 50-50. We can argue with reality and we're going to lose 100% of the time. That's a quote that Byron Katie says, and it's one that I remind myself of on a regular basis. Whenever I find myself deep in resistance mode over something that's happened or someone, I ask myself, what's the reality here? Can I change it? And is it worth my time to even try arguing with it? How do I move forward? How do I manage my mindset for growth? So what's the simple method to create those circumstances that we want? No matter when you hear this, I want to assure you these principles have always been and will always be right on. And the 3 principles I have to share with you on how to win and exactly how to do this is: the first one is C for clarity, S for strategy, and R for routines. So where you are now is a result of who you've been in the past, and where you go is a result of who you become. Write that down. I'm going to repeat it. And it'll also be in the show notes, so you can find those over at 359.streetsmartwealth.me. All right, where you are now is a result of who you've been in the past, and where you go is a result of who you become. So again, we have blame and we have responsibility. Get over the blame, love what is, embrace your circumstances, and move forward. So that first principle is C for clarity. I've said this over and over again. First question for you, and a great one to begin to research about that clarity. What has to happen for this to be your best 6 months? What are your goals? What is your number one goal above all else? We all have many goals, and that's okay. But what I want to ask you about right now is, what is the number one driving goal for you right now and for this last 6 months, the second half of 2020? Okay? Focus on this, and focusing on this specifically is also going to create success in many other areas. So don't be too bogged down and worried about focusing on just one goal. If you're business and finance focused, that doesn't mean that you're going to disregard your family and relationships, so don't worry about that. Don't get bogged down thinking about that. So the question is, what is it going to take to get you there, to get you where you want to go? And are you very clear on that? Do you have clarity? Do you have clarity around what it means for you to win? What it means for you to achieve this goal? What it means for you to hit this desired outcome? Again, are you clear on this? Are you clear on the meaning behind all of those? Is there anything missing in your vision, in your scope of what it's going to take to get you there? Is there anything missing about what you will have had to do to take you to that point? Here's the thing, clarity is power. And you may be thinking, why? Well, a lack of clarity, which this is what typically happens when we lack true clarity, we wake up in the morning and it means that we're struggling with where to focus. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to do it, and sometimes we don't even know why to do it. When you have clarity around what your goal is and what it's going to take to get there, there's no internal conflict or confusion on what to do and when to do it and what is next, especially when we put into place the next one that I'm going to get to after clarity. So how can you improve and excel in your business, in your life with your goals if you don't have clarity around why it is and what it is and how it is if you don't know what to do. Now, for me, when I have clarity, I know exactly what's going to happen in my day. It's already in my calendar and it's planned. My marketing, both online and offline, and certainly most specifically online right now, my follow-ups and connections with new people, serving my clients, my personal growth and my thought downloads and my mindset work, my fitness, diet, and exercise, and my family, all of it's there. It's plotted into my calendar, so there's no second guessing what needs to be done and what I'm going to be doing each step of the way and each step of the day. Now, that doesn't mean I don't incorporate flexibility. Certainly, things happen, but I incorporate that in. Tomorrow, I'm taking my dad to a cardiologist for an appointment that he has. I've already factored that in. I've planned ahead so that my marketing Monday, which is typically what I create for Mondays, is not going to be lacking, okay? Everything's already in place and out there. So that's an important part. Which of your goals is going to enable you to become the person you need to be to not only rock that goal, but the rest of your goals too? So write this down as well. I am becoming the person I need to be through my goals and actions to achieve everything I desire in my life. I am becoming the person I need to be through my goals and actions to achieve everything I desire in my life. This is a positive affirmation, and I encourage you to say it every single day. How do you become that person? All right, the next principle, the S, is strategy. Strategy. What are the systems, the single daily actions, the plan, and that's daily, weekly, monthly? What must be done in your business to move it forward? Write those things down. Systems create success. Systems solidify clarity. Systems provide you with a roadmap. And as long as you have and follow that roadmap, that strategy, you'll have already won the game. The income, it's just got to follow it. That's it. But one absolutely leads to the other. To change your life, then change your schedule if you aren't having the success you want. Change the strategy. Tweak the strategy. Change your systems. Change your habits. When you're done settling for mediocrity, you'll create exactly what you deserve and what you desire. And again, just like the affirmation that I shared, create affirmations as part of your strategy that supports you in your goals. And never look outside of yourself for validation or encouragement. You are the driver of your own boat, of your own ship. If that outside validation and encouragement comes from someone else, that's fantastic. But don't feel like you have to have it from anybody else, along with any permission to do and create what it is that you want. Take responsibility to have the systems in place to support you, and that includes your daily mindset and thought work, those affirmations. So right now, if you're struggling a little bit with those systems and developing that strategy, look back over the last 3 months in your calendar. What does it look like in terms of your action steps? Do you have a strategy in place to do the 3 things most of us need to do for success? And that is meet people, share what it is that we do, and make an offer of some sort. And then, of course, the final piece is following up so that you catch people when they're ready. So what are your strategies for each of these areas? Write those down. What's the single most important area of your life that you're focused on now? And what's the strategy and the systems to achieve that? And then finally, the third principle is R, routines. That's your schedule, your calendar, and the consistency you put into it to follow that strategy that you have clarity around. What's your morning routine consist of to get you in the flow, to get you set up for success, to get your mindset truly flowing? What is your morning routine to create that consistency that you need and want in your business? Every strategy that you've set up and every goal must be time blocked into your calendar. Schedule it in. If it's on the calendar, it's much more likely to happen. Be fully present also, okay? Be fully present when you're in action in any one area. Clear your mind and focus on what you're doing right at that moment. So I want you to grab your journal, make sure you're writing this down. Get clarity first and foremost. What does it mean for you to win? What's your number one driving goal? What's your strategy behind it? And what does it mean for you to win and achieve at this goal? Then next, write that strategy. Focus on your intentions and your action steps. What are those things that you need to put into place on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis that markets your business, that creates new people and awareness in your business so that you have people to talk to sell your products and services and programs to ultimately monetize what it is that you're doing. Okay, so pay attention to those for sure. Write that strategy. Focus on those intention and those action steps daily. And then your routines. Write those routines down, block your calendar, and commit, be fully present, and commit to that consistency, which is going to get you there. Develop your own system of personal accountability, and start that by just looking at your calendar, and then use affirmations, written affirmations, to encourage yourself. Now, if you're struggling with any or all of this, I would love to have a conversation with you. This is exactly what I coach and train on in the Street Smart Wealth Academy. And you can go to streetsmartwealthacademy.com. This is what we do together in 3 simple steps. First and foremost, we master your marketing plan. We build a complete online and offline strategy. You're going to build and develop your brand, which is the gateway to creating the rest of your marketing plan, both online and offline. You're going to know exactly who your ideal client is and how to attract them to you, how to create that brand and that content and that marketing plan that speaks to that ideal client. You'll know how to consistently build your audience, nurture that audience, and then build that consistency around your marketing. You'll create systems so you know each day what your marketing strategy is, so you know how to execute it. And you will know how to pre-sell your client before your call with them. You'll know the primary social media platforms and how you're going to effectively market on each. That's step number 1. Step number 2, we're going to master your messaging and success language. We're going to set you up to position yourself, your client, and your offer for success. You're going to learn the secrets of language and positioning to create interest and get your audience to lean in. You're going to learn and master the authentic sales and closing process so that you feel calm, confident, and you no longer struggle with asking for the decision, getting the sale, and quote unquote closing the deal. You're going to escape that selling ick factor that many people struggle with. And you're going to know how to create a world-class client experience, retaining more clients so that you spend less time prospecting and you build a more referral-based business. And then the third step, we're going to master your time management and productivity. I'm going to teach you how to become a professional entrepreneur. You're going to know exactly where to focus your time and energy to get the best results. You're going to learn to release resistance and excuses that hold you back, and will build the discipline needed to succeed. And you're going to know where your business is going and how to predict growth and profits. You'll have systems and plans in place for every area of your business, so you know the next step with each person in the process. You'll know how to set your goals and get your goals, and you'll have accountability to keep you focused and on track, and you're going to do all of this without feeling overwhelmed. Some of the bonus content we have is mindset mastery, taming the money monster, peak performance habits, and what I like to call mental yoga and your thought download process. I share the concepts, tools, and training to support your marketing, growth, and business goals. And while the principles that I teach are complete for any solopreneur business, the details and strategy and implementation will be tailored to you through my mentorship. And I coach and train on the exact strategies I use to reach top income earner status in my network marketing company and sell products and services in over 40 countries using digital marketing. These are the same strategies I use today in my coaching business. I don't teach theory. So you can learn more at streetsmartwealthacademy.com. And you can ask any questions there. You can set up a free call with me. And if you're not part of the Facebook group, that's a great place to learn more too. Just go to streetsmartwealthschool.com. That'll take you right into the free Facebook group. Thanks for your time. Let me know any questions or comments you have. And again, you can access the show notes at 359.streetsmartwealth.me. And until next time, remember this: hesitation never cashed a check. Good luck to you in your business. If you would like even more tips and training, I have a free gift for you over at profitinyourpjsnow.com. That's my nuts and bolts on how to be successful in your network marketing business. You can also get more at my blog, JackieElmer.com, and be sure to connect with me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/StreetSmartWealth, and on Twitter @JackieElmer. See you on the next show and have a fun, profitable week.